Let's not forget Arthur Smith, the new OC for Pittsburgh. He had Jonnu in Tennessee. He had him in Atlanta. You can't tell me he doesn't like Jonnu. Okay, I think he could come in and be Rodgers' number two guy.
There, he reminds me of those monsters from Space Jam. You touch the baseball,
right?
But,
maybe just like spend a little less money on the pregame meals. Get Taco Bell. They shit themselves. No one's gonna want to tackle them then anyway. They won't be slippery and smell bad. And you cut your costs in half. I doubt they ever lose.
2,000, you say?
Welcome in, beautiful people, to the hottest new sports podcast on the block, High Fiber Sports. I'm Matt Kobold. Big man in the middle tonight, as always, is Brad McDonald, and making his debut on the pod, one of the most active guys on the waiver wire I know, from Indianapolis, Indiana, Jack Alvarado. Jack, what's up, brother?
Not much. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'm excited to talk some sports, maybe a little baseball, maybe start looking at a little football. I'm just happy to be here.
Brad, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey, man, what's going on, dude? Jack, great to meet you. Talked to Matt a little bit about you before this. I understand you've won their fantasy league multiple times over. Have you won the most? Is that what I understand?
Have I won 3? I don't know.
I believe you. You
I
don't
was
even
shooting
know.
I was shooting for the Triple Crown.
Okay. So that actually leads really well into my next question. So I have to imagine it's one of a couple things. There's some collusion over some time. Maybe you're selling your body for favors, or your entire league has no fucking clue what they're doing. They're a bunch of dipshits. So
I think there's a lot going on. No,
all three?
I feel like there's been times that they've been colluding against me.
And they still can't do it, so it's definitely option 3. I'm just excited I know, like you said, it's a little dull right now with being the All-Star break and everything in sports, but it's starting to ramp up. Like you said, the rumor mills are happening in the NFL. We got training camp coming up, and it's just going to be nonstop NFL talk and college football talk until it starts. So I'm already getting jacked up. It's preseason right now. I'm ready to go. I'm already thinking NFL. Yeah. And honestly, baseball has been quite the pleasant surprise this year. There's a hell of a lot of storylines, and it's more exciting than it's ever been. And we're going to get into the All-Star break because it was ridiculous. It was amazing. It was the best overall All-Star break I've ever seen and watched.
Brad, what's your thoughts on the Steelers-Dolphins trade? Jonnu Smith going to Pittsburgh. Is he gonna be up there again with Aaron Rodgers?
Honestly, I think Steelers are making moves like they never do. Usually they're a little bit more conservative, not big in the free agent market to this extent anyway, and especially with the pieces that they got. Like you said, Jonnu, Ramsey, Rodgers, and then TJ Watt extension. Like, they're all in right now. And what do? Every year they make the playoffs with dog shit quarterback play since, 2 years before, 3 years probably, before Ben retired. And they still they've got a winning season, or at least 500. So you add Rodgers. I don't think you can really knock him so much for last year being his age and 1 year removed from Achilles. Give it another year, just like the same thing I'd probably say about Kirk Cousins right now. I bet someone's going to trade for him because he's going to have a lot more time after he recovered. And I think both of them might have a pretty decent year for some team. Cousins anyway. And I think Rodgers is at least going to be 75% of himself, which is a damn good quarterback, being that he's one of the best throwers of the football I've ever seen in my entire life. So, love the moves they made. I could see him being a contender with it. I don't know. I truly do think that puts they got pieces all over the place. Even maybe a little light on receiver as far as proven commodities, but it sounds like they've got a few guys they like in there. So I don't know. Again, I like it. I like that they've done.
You mentioned light on the receivers there, Brad. I gotta agree with you. DK Metcalf, the big dog coming over from Seattle, he's got to be the number one option for sure. But after that, Jack, you got Freiermuth, you got Calvin Austin, Robert Woods, aka Bobby Trees, 33 years old.
Woods.
Bobby Trees, yeah, he's 33 years old. I think Jonnu can come right in there, be the number 2 option for Rodgers. Let's not forget Arthur Smith, the new OC for Pittsburgh. He had Jonnu in Tennessee. He had him in Atlanta. You can't tell me he doesn't like Jonnu, okay? I think Jonnu can come in and be Rodgers' number 2 guy. What do you think about the move that the Steelers pulled off here, Jack?
I'm more excited about the defensive side. I think bringing TJ Watt back, giving him that contract he wanted, shows that you're invested in that side of the ball. He's a big force in that locker room. If he's high and mighty about his role for that team, I think that defense is going to be dangerous. And you brought Jalen Ramsey over. I mean, he's not the lockdown corner he used to be, but he's still a guy you're going to be scared to throw the ball to. And if you got a guy like TJ Watt coming in your face, there's going to be some turnovers. So I'm more excited about the defense, which just turns around and says that Aaron Rodgers can be 75%. He could be 70% Aaron Rodgers. And that's exactly what they need right now. So now they got the pieces. Mike Tomlin does it every single year without an Aaron Rodgers or a top-tier quarterback, like you said, since Ben. So I like their odds. I think it's very promising. They did everything they had to do in the offseason, but we'll see what happens on the field.
Yeah.
I forget, Jack. Is Aaron Rodgers your favorite quarterback all time?
He's up there.
That's
he's
right.
up there.
Packer.
You kind of have to wait for the guy to retire. You got to let him retire. He's the reason there's that 5-year period, the grace period, because we got to separate ourselves from all the drama that's happened over the last few years. I know as a Packer fan, did not care for the man the last 2-3 years. It's drama. It's unnecessary. But if you look at his stats, you look at how he plays the game, he's exactly what you want. He's kind of that player that you hate to play against and you love to have on your team. It's that kind of feeling.
You guys mentioned TJ Watt, 3 years, $123 million extension, the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Top 4 in Defensive Player of the Year in 5 of the last 6 seasons. Pittsburgh, can we lock him in the playoffs, boys? Can we lock him in the playoffs?
I feel like you have to.
I think so.
20 straight years now? Will this be the 20th season?
30?
Is it really that many?
No, I mean
with the winning record? No. Is it really?
It's getting up there.
God, I don't even know anymore. I don't know how long he's been there. It feels like forever, but Jesus. I know it's obviously the longest ever, but yeah, I think with those moves, he's done it with way less. It's got to be a lock. I think they're Super Bowl contender. I really do.
Did Fitzpatrick come from Miami as well? Did they just send him right back?
Yeah, they sent him right back.
I swear he came from Miami.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The old boomerang trade.
Yeah.
Well, so like I said, I think Steelers are playoff contenders because they won the or Super Bowl contenders because they won the offseason. Who do you guys think won the offseason? Who do you think are Super Bowl contenders? Who are your breakout players? What do you think the big storylines you're thinking in your brain going into this offseason, Matt?
I'll just pull out the Jets right here. A lot of talk about the New York Jets these last 2 seasons, and I'm not placing any bets on them. I'm not saying division winners or anything right now. A lot of talk, a lot of hype, too much these last 2 years with Rodgers in town. Now, the spotlight's off them. They lock up their 2 young big dogs, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner, one of the best names in the game, Sauce Gardner. But they both had 2 years remaining on their rookie deals. Both had 2 years
Smart.
remaining. Wilson, he gets 4 years, $130 million. $90 million guaranteed is the 4th most among wide receivers. This marks the first time in NFL history that a wide receiver received an average of over $31 million after playing only 3 seasons. That's something, boys. 25 years old next week. Sauce Gardner is going to be 25 in August, 2022 Defensive Rookie of the Year. I like what the Jets are doing quietly. I'm not saying playoffs. I'm not saying division winners, but they're locking down their young dudes early. I like Sauce Gardner. He's the only cornerback since the merger to be named first team All Pro in each of his first 2 seasons. And
Sure.
only 2 defensive players have ever done that. That was Micah Parsons and Lawrence Taylor.
So you're
So
saying
Sauce,
that's like off-season winner, but not you have like a team that
I'll
yeah.
go off season. I'll go off season achieve off season success for for
Okay.
the Jets.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have any. I don't have any sleepers right now for
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl contenders. You know, you got your big dogs every year. You know, the Chiefs and
Mm-hmm.
the Eagles are up there. Chiefs seem to be competing every year. You got the Ravens and Bills trying to get in there. Jack, throw some more teams at me.
I like the Commanders. I like what the
Yep.
Commanders did this
NFC
offseason.
Championship last year.
They're another team though. I don't think they had to do a lot. I think they showed a lot
Mm-hmm.
last year, a lot of promise. But if I'm thinking about a team that I think won the offseason, it's a team that I don't really care for, that I wouldn't root for. But I do think the Bears did a lot of the right
Whoa,
moves this
whoa, whoa.
offseason.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it, they added to the offensive line. They brought in a great offensive-minded coach. I don't think they're going to be great this year, but they did all the right moves. So I like what the organization's doing for Caleb Williams. You've got a star quarterback. You've seen so many teams let that quarterback flounder for years, but they seem to see the talent. So I say a team that won the offseason would be the Bears, but a team that I'm more excited about this next year would be the Commanders. I want to see what they do out in the field.
Definitely excited to see the sophomore year from Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Brad, you want to throw another team in the mix?
You know, it was tough. I like what a lot of teams this year did this year in the offseason. I think a lot of teams made some jumps, including like the teams you guys talked about. Yeah, agreed. I could throw the Jets in there. I think they did well. Like, who knows what Fields is at quarterback with a real shot in a real situation, you know? I don't know what the offense is going to be like there. It could be really cool, you know, because Fucker can run, man. And he's got a cannon. I'd like to see it work out. I mean, maybe he's Jalen Hurts 2.0, you know. Wasn't, you know, when he started out, wasn't that great completion percentage wise, whatever, decision making, and then developed into one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So we could see that transition. That'd be amazing. But the couple that I really stuck out to me, honestly, the Broncos did a really good job draft wise, and it's a little homer, but you know, getting Dre Greenlaw and Talanoa Hufanga from the Niners, I know how those guys play, and I am pissed that we lost them. So those are going to be huge additions. Bo Nix already handled it like a champ his rookie year. With Sean Payton at the helm, he's only going to get better. I think he could be one of my breakout second year players, like him having stats like Drew Brees broke out when he went to New Orleans type of thing, you know? Same type of situation, you know, you didn't expect him to be what he was. And I mean, clearly he's got the talent. And as Brock Purdy's shown too, guys that play a long time in college tend to adjust to the NFL a little bit faster. So I think I like what they did in free agency and the draft. I also like, again, some people are saying it, some people wouldn't think it with the losses, but the 49ers, clearing all the space they did. Yeah, their Juwan Jennings situation, that's a problem because they know how to draft wide receivers way late. He was a 7th-round draft pick. So Pearsall got shot last year. If he didn't get shot, who knows? He could have had a hell of a year too. So if he doesn't get shot this year, like you know, we got him. Like I think I trust in Lynch, and they drafted first 5 picks on the defense. Robert Saleh coming back. He's a good coach. I think the Jets were a fucked up situation. I don't blame him for that. So I really like, including Saleh coming back, reloading, super young and talented on the defensive end, young draft picks. They know how to draft defensive guys. It gets too expensive because they keep hitting. That's why. I mean, think about it. They can't pay everyone because they hit on all these defensive linemen and linebackers and whatnot. So they're like, God, we can't pay them all safeties. Hufunga, you know, how many guys have they gotten in the late rounds that have been starters? So I trust in Lynch. I think they hitting out of the park again. I think they have plenty receiver wise, and McCaffrey's back full tilt. If he's 100%, with Brock Purdy, those two are dangerous. George Kittle just signed an extension. Like
Hello.
now, probably the best tight end in the NFL because Kelsey's kind of on the way down. One of them.
And number one target.
Uh, I
Keep
mean, he
wide
might get
receiver
number
one.
one target. He might get like high end Travis Kelsey type of reception numbers this year. I could see it.
Yeah.
But that's
Now,
Shanahan. He'll
I'm
switch
only
it
worried
up
about
all the
chemistry
time.
there. I'm only worried about chemistry. That's all I'm worried about there. I think there's a lot of moving pieces right now. So I could see it coming together. I could see all the talent that you're talking about, but it might take a little bit. Might be a slow start.
I got faith, brother. I got faith.
You gotta
The
believe.
Niners,
Yeah.
the Niners are always in my little circle of contenders for sure. I definitely respected franchise there. I want to talk a little bit more about Jawan Jennings, the 28-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying pay him. He's saying pay me or trade me. Solid year last year. 77 catches, 975 yards, 6 tutties, 113 targets, all career highs. Solid
Yeah.
numbers. Wide receiver 24 in fantasy.
Yeah.
I want to mention that week 3. That week 3 against the Rams.
Mhm.
11 catches for a $175 and 3 tutties. My goodness, he's got big game upside.
Yeah.
Brad, we know Ayuk. He tore his ACL late October. Debo's gone. You mentioned Ricky Pearsall. Do you need Jawan Jennings this season?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I mean, yes, but he's not gonna not play. We just signed him to an extension last offseason. It just so happens because of injuries, he was forced into a role which I honestly always thought he could be. Doug will, he has again working on the titty and then the hemorrhoids he was having, so he's out again. But like he and I kind of disagree on this one. I think Jennings is a legit number 2, like borderline number 1, just talent wise.
Yeah.
Like, because he can catch everything. He's not a speedster, but throw the ball in the air. I trust him more than anyone on the 49ers to come down with it, other than Kittle. Like, you get a 1A, 1B there, But he's made some crazy ass catches. And they called it third and Juwan. That's a slogan in San Francisco for a reason. He catches the ones you wouldn't expect him to. And Brock Purdy definitely, he was his emergency blanket last year a lot of times. And he came through. He almost had 1,000 yards when he wasn't expected to be a number 1 receiver for a long time. And so like I'm a huge fan. I understand why he's pissed because he's like, oh shit, well, why Ayuk's going to be out? I'm going to be number 1. I should be paid like that because he's is well underpaid for his talent, I think. But it didn't come out until after he signed his contract. So it's like, yeah, I get it. I think he's right. But I don't think he's going to miss out on, he hasn't made that much money before this that he's going to miss out on so many $1 million. Just, because if he does a prove it year, he can tell San Francisco to fuck off and go get a massive deal somewhere else as a legit number 1, 2 receiver. So this is a year, I think it's all the Niners guys always say they request a trade and they never get traded and we always sign them. In John Lynch, I trust.
Jack, Jawan Jennings is due to make $7.5 million this year. Any thoughts on the situation? What do you think happens?
I agree with everything there. I feel like they do need him. Like I mentioned, I think that chemistry piece is important. I think route running is a crucial skill in the NFL, and that's the big difference between a lot of the college receivers and NFL receivers. And Jawan Jennings is fantastic at that. He knows that offense so well as well. But he like Brad said, he's still on contract with them, so he can hold out, he can request it, but he can't really do much right now. So I do think he ends up playing, whether they re-sign him to something, which ultimately I think would be smart. I think he'd be a great veteran receiver to have in your locker room when you bring in these young guys. But
I'd like to have him.
I think something will pan out here, hopefully soon.
Fellas, we got to discuss this Teddy Bridgewater real quick here. Just to remind everybody, he retired after the 2023 season. He became the head coach at his old high school, Miami Northwestern. Now, don't get crazy, because he briefly came out of retirement late last season to rejoin the Lions. Don't be fact-checking me out there. He passed the playoff game or some shit. But Teddy Bridgewater, he goes to Miami Northwestern, his old high school. He wins a state championship. State championship is in his first season. Pretty successful there. But Teddy B, he finds himself in some heat. He's been suspended for providing impermissible benefits to his players. Now, we mentioned he made a Facebook post earlier this month asking for donations because he was reportedly paying $700 a week for Uber rides, $1,300 a week for athletic recovery services, and $2,200 a week for pre-game meals. That's a lot of beef. Fellas, I know this is just high school, but damn it, this is 2025. NIL era is 2025. Brad, is this a big deal?
I mean, I think it's probably gonna be at some point in time. If you get like these, if we start turning high school football programs into money machines and seeking donors and getting kids to move around, I don't know if it'll be I don't know. I'm all about people, getting whatever you're worth, but maybe just like spend a little less money on the pregame meals. Get Taco Bell. They shit themselves. No one's gonna want to tackle them then anyway. They'll be all slippery and smell bad. And you cut your costs in half. I doubt they ever lose.
22,000, you say?
Yeah.
22,000 in Taco Bell?
No.
That's
No, yeah. No, they said 22. You said 2,200 a week, right, in food?
Oh, 2,200.
Yeah. Yeah, you buy Taco Bell, that's 200. Boom. And then slippery players.
You got a point there, Brad. You got a point.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater might need to go to Taco Bell. Jack,
Yeah, he can afford that.
Yeah, he's a multi-million-dollar man. Multi-million-dollar man.
Yeah.
If he wants to help the boys out, that go to the same school that he went to, trying to guide them the same path, I don't have a problem with it. He's a old man spending his own money.
Exactly. Well, then just put a Taco Bell sponsorship over the taint where the shit stain is.
See, but I think this is exactly where the concern should come up because it looks so innocent. As you guys are talking about right now, I have no problems with this, and I agree. This isn't going out buying cars for high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
It's not giving $100,000 to a high schooler putting it into their retirement fund. It's
Mm-hmm.
getting tangible items. So I agree. I think
Right.
that the issue is this is going to look good, and I think a lot of people are going to say, "I like this," and that Teddy shouldn't be, fined or suspended or reprimanded in any way for this. And if you pair that with what's going on with education in the nation as a whole, trying to pull more, private in general, I think this kind of fits into that narrative. So I see this kind of opening the door into carrying NIL down to high school. I think it opens the door to, coaches having more control on what they can provide for their teams. Because when we talk about it, this sounds innocent. It sounds helpful. It sounds good.
Well, so how many kids can't afford shit, in their families? And, how many kids probably, if they did have a meal and an opportunity and a ride, perhaps, to practice, that how many homeless people on the streets right now are actually probably super athletes, but never got a chance and went through hell and psychosis and whatnot? Who knows? Now, I'm not saying that solves the problem, but, that's why, like Jack said, it makes it sound like a good story, but it might be hell. I don't know.
Fellas, let's transition over to Major League Baseball. We got our guy Jack on here. He's a Cubbies guy. Brad, you're a White Sox guy. Got a little crosstown rival here. Not really much.
Not really.
Not right now.
Yeah. Not in the last few years.
Like we mentioned, All-Star Week, a lot of festivities, the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game. A+ for me, boys. A+ for me.
Yeah.
I was locked in. Brad, anything there?
Oh, 100%. Matt, this was, we had talked about on previous episodes how some professional sports leagues were failing the midsummer or mid-season break All-Star Game festivities, whatever. And we mentioned how the NHL had adopted the Four Nations tournament, and it killed. Everyone loved it. Guys were getting hurt, and they didn't give a shit. They wanted to participate. People were in. So cool. NBA, basically, they decided now, the rumor mill anyway, is saying that they're going to go like America versus the world. Love it. I bet people are going to, because we got to make it a real game, And baseball, they just turned it up a notch. I think they made a few decisions during this All-Star break that understood where they are in the pantheon of sports right now. And they're trying to change it. And good for fucking them, honestly. This home run derby, well, and I don't know if they had this much to do with it. It's just, we've got some guys that hit some dingers right now. Big dumper just taking dumps all everywhere. Just, oh. And then, like, of all the, like, we got Ohtani and Judge going nuts, but the big dumper is the one that's destroying right now. Like, he's, it just, again, I said it weeks past, it reminds me of back when I really got back into baseball, when the home run race was happening. Bonds, Sosa, back knee, tiny testes, the works. Like, it was a good time in baseball, and it's that minus the steroids right now, because people just learned how to be better athletes and train better, and people are naturally bigger and better athletes now, and baseball's leaning into that. The way they ended the All-Star game with, I didn't even know that was a thing. That was the first time ever. It's the first time it ever happened, obviously. But, you know, the NL was up, what, 6-0? Wasn't it?
6-0.
Yeah. AL comes back. You think it's over. And then when it's not, now, do they still determine home field for World Series with that? Or did they?
That I'm not sure.
I don't know, because I know it used to be. That was like a thing to make it incentivized. So don't quote me on that. I didn't look that up beforehand. Because if it still does, how cool is it that that is what decide home field for the World Series? That, like, and Schwarber, 3 for 3. How hard is that? 3, you only get 3 swings, and all 3 of them are home runs. Everything about it, I could go on forever, including Chisholm taking a big old dump, the opposite of the big dump, all over everywhere. I mean, all of it was great. I could go on forever. Jack.
That was sad.
Jack. Yeah, Jack, what do you got? You want to get on the Chisholm train there?
I agree. I'm never crazy about the All-Star breaks. I respect them. As a fantasy player, you got to take a break. You know, every now and then you need to step away from the game and just take a breather. And so I think for the players,
thumbs a rest.
They need this break. That's where it's always been that tough balance of, like, competition but rest. You know, we can't be beating up the body. I know, like, you know, football really struggles with that. Not football. Baseball has really struggled with that because of the long season. Mm-hmm. So I don't get too excited about it. It's never really drawn me in. The home run derby was exciting this year, and it was exciting to see these guys just knock it out of the park. The high home run numbers. I feel like a few years ago I watched, and it was just low home run numbers, and I was like, where are all the hits at? But I wonder, is this going to bring back some of those bigger names? Are we going to see Ohtani? Are we going to see Judge next year? Now that it's gotten a little more excitement and it seems to have, like...
Yes. And they need that. Yeah.
I want to look into this home run race that we have right now at the All-Star break. We mentioned the big dumper with 38 home runs, fellas. That's the second most home runs at the All-Star break in MLB history. Can you guys give me the record holder? Who has the most homers at the All-Star break in MLB history? Can you guys give me them? We watched them in our lifetime.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds at 39 in 2001. Good pull there, Brad. Big dumper, like I said, he's got 38. His previous career high was 34, and he's already got 38 at the break. Big dumper, he's got to be the poster boy for high fiber sports. Yeah. Be the poster boy for high fiber sports.
100%.
I take off the big dumper I can get.
Oh, hey, dude, it's not a super religious guy, but call me spiritual, and this is a sign that this podcast need to exist this year, because we started at the time of the big dumper. And so we can always be remembered for the year of the big dumper is when high fiber came out. Just talking about big dumps.
Balls. I mean, all the hype going into that, everybody was saying he's gonna win it. He's gonna win it. He shows up and he wins it.
Yeah,
so that takes a lot.
Oh, not to mention the story his dad throwing to him, his little brother catching. I mean, there's nothing better than that story. And his nickname is because he has a big ass. Like, what? I mean, what else do you want, America? Yeah, that is America right there. big asses and dudes playing sports together and stuff. Or I don't know.
I love how Pat McAfee introduced him. If you didn't see that,
Yeah.
go look it up.
It was good. Yeah.
Oh, I
Not
didn't catch
only
that.
was the Big Dumper the first player to win the Derby while batting from both sides of the plate, but he's also the first catcher to win the Derby. So love the Big Dumper. Number 2, Big Dumper has 38. Number 2, Aaron Judge has 35. 3 behind the Big Dumper. 35 home runs before the All-Star break is a Yankee record, beating the 34 he set just last season. Aaron Judge, he's the fastest player in MLB history to reach 350 career home runs. The big dog, he's always going to be up there. Third right now in the home run race, Shohei Ohtani, my favorite player. He's got 32 right now. He hit number 26 in Colorado the night that Kelly and I went. Beautiful night. Sent it out opposite field, baby. This is Shohei's 5th straight season smacking 30 home runs, and his 3rd season hitting at least 30 before the All-Star break. 3 seasons with 30 home runs before the All-Star break is tied for 2nd all-time, fellas. Number 4 in the home run race right now, surprising name here, Eugenio Suarez. He's got 31, tied for 3rd most of his career. His career high is 49, set back in 2019. And number 5 in the home run race right now, the big balls of Kyle Schwarber. He's got 30 on the season. Brad, you mentioned 3 swings, 3 homers.
Just crazy.
And the extra swing off there in the All-Star game. Jack, don't forget, he's a Hoosier. He went to IU, baby,
Yeah,
down
he
there.
was the Cub.
And a Cubby.
Mhm.
Go Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, yeah. He brought you guys a chip.
Don't forget. 5th straight 30 home run season for Kyle Schwarber and his 7th total in his career. Career high is 47 back in 2023. I think he's got a chance to break that. Jack, give me your thoughts on this home run race. Who do you think ends up winning this? Big Dumper 38, Judge 35, Ohtani 32, Suarez 31, Schwarber 30.
Yeah, it's hard to go against the Big Dumper. I think he's shown what he can do. Did it in the home run derby. I think he's going to continue to do that. But then Judge is there. He reminds me of those monsters from Space Jam that touched the baseball, and
Right.
turned into this giant. I mean, swinging
not
a
real.
toothpick up there and just destroys the ball. So it's almost unfair. I think he's always going to be within shot, but this is probably going to come down to four fewer home runs at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be the Big Dumper and Judge up there. I think Ohtani, I suspect they're going to focus more on pitching down the stretch, and they're going to probably rest him a few more games and keep him out of the lineup as they approach the playoffs. So I don't think he's going to stick around, and then I'm not too excited about the other guys there, but I think it's going to be Judge or Big Dumper.
Brad, lay your flag on somebody here. How do you see this home run race playing out this season?
Well, Jack brought up 2 points that I would bring up, and it's the reason why I'm going to say Judge, is because both. Now, don't get me wrong, my heart and my anus are rooting for Big Dumper, but like both Big Dumper and Ohtani have more to do than just hit the ball. Now, Judge does play,
Great point.
but the Big Dumper plays catcher, Like that is a very strenuous position. They tend to, even though he's got a lead right now, Judge is the only one that's going to be playing full time without rest. And so, and again, he's a Monstar. That's not a person. That's a lab thing. I don't know what that is. That's not okay. That's LeBron James in baseball form.
Even the name seems generated.
Yeah.
You make a player in the show, you name him. I'm going to name Aaron in the auto-generated Judge. Oh.
Yeah. Just something that's very, I am this. I am going to win. This is what I do. I just hit balls. I big man. You lose. And he's a likable guy, too. So, that's the cool thing about the guys at the top, I could root for them all, but obviously big ass all day long, every day. I wanted to win. I'm going to say that Judge wins, but Schwarber gets on a tear, because that is a linebacker playing baseball. And watching him hit those 3 just made me realize, how easy it is for him to hit a ball over a fence. And again, another guy that doesn't have to do the same thing that Otani and Dump has to do. So I'm going to say that's how it finishes 1 and 2. Because, I like Schwarber. I like his swing.
Brad's going Judge, Schwarber 1-2. Jack, did you state your flag on somebody? Big dumper?
I'm gonna stick my flag on the big dumper. I'm gonna stick
Right in
with
the
him.
asshole.
I'll stick with him. But I'm with you, Brad. I agree. I think the whole catching aspect, just like Otani, he's probably gonna see more days off down the stretch. But I still like him. I still like his chances.
Oh, I hope you're right. I do.
I'm going to split the difference here, fellas. I do lean Aaron Judge, boys. I like the big dumper. 38. Previous career high was 34. Season before that, 30. Then 27 the season before that. I'm not sure he can get to 50. I'm not sure he can. Aaron Judge is getting to 50, boys.
Yeah.
He's getting to 50. Yeah. Love Otani, but I'm kind of feeling like you are, Brad, that Kyle Schwarber could go on a tear here. We love Schwarber from IU there, Jack. And just listening to him, the post game interview, just so humble, just doing it for the fans, doing it for the team. Gotta love Kyle Schwarber. I can see him making a run with you there, Brad. But I'm gonna go Aaron Judge. I'm gonna go Aaron Judge to win this. Like we said, we're in the All-Star week here in baseball in the MLB, and with that, soon come the trade deadline, boys. Trade deadline. Jack, gonna throw it to you here. You're subbing in for our guy Doug. Shout out Doug again, taking some time off. Jack, he's in the MLB. Give me some rumors, a little bit of buzz. What are you hearing about the trade deadline this season?
Yeah. Kind of a lot going on around the league. I mean, we're still waiting on a couple of teams who are on the bubble right now. A team to watch, I think, coming out of the break would have been the Twins. Keep an eye on them because they're at that point. They could still make that decision, sell or buy at this point. But right now, I've been watching the Cubs. I'm a big Cubs fan, so I'm always keeping an eye on them and the Tigers because they're two teams that need a couple of pieces to really put that team together. But then there's also big names out there that are being talked about right now. The Arizona Diamondbacks are looking like they want to sell off. I think a big question mark there is, do they have enough pitching to get them through the rest of this season? But seeing guys like Zach Gallen or Merrill Kelly get moved, that's very possible. And then some big closers. This is always that time of year where closers start to move. You were mentioning Kyle Schwarber with the Phillies. I think the Phillies are quietly in a very good spot at this point in the season. They're always a second half team. They're kind of like the Cardinals. If they're close to the playoffs, they're scary. I could see them making a big move, getting a good closer. It's about all they need right now, and they could make a run here in the second half. So there's quite a bit going on. I'm excited to see what happens.
Brad, Jack brought up the Cubs and the Tigers, two solid teams, two good teams that we're seeing right now. If you could lean either Cubs or Tigers, who do you feel like has a better chance to win their league?
I don't know jack shit about the Tigers. I'm gonna be real. I'm still, like I said, a leaning more casual fan right now. So to answer that question, it'd be more of a coin flip for me. I kind of getting more excited about the players in the races and what's going on. I don't, again, outside of Skubal tearing shit up for Detroit, I really don't know much about them. Now, Cubs, I know they got a bunch of young prospects, and the last time they had, well, not prospects, young players playing for them right now. And the last time they had something like that was like their World Series run they had back in the day, so that's exciting. But just knowing baseball in general, Dodgers, I mean, money buys trophies. And the Dodgers. Yeah.
No, you're not wrong.
Money.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's fun to talk about, Cubs
Yeah.
or Tigers,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone knows it's going to come down to Yankees or Dodgers. You got to get through those teams in the playoffs.
The Dodgers have the best player anyone's ever seen.
And the Yankees
Simple as
have
that. Yeah. Have
genetically
a Monstar. Yeah. They have a Monstar. They might have two. If Giancarlo Stanton, he might actually be a tree, not a person. I'm not sure yet. Yeah. Fucking freaks.
Jack, are you going to take your Cubbies over the Tigers for better odds to win the league?
Honestly, no. I love the Cubs. I love where we're at right now. And you're right, young team. You got a lot of prospects. But pitching wise, we are hurting right now, and I don't know if we're going to be able to make the moves. Like I mentioned, those big names from Arizona. There's also Miami has a couple of names or a couple of pitchers. Sandy Alcantara is another guy that's probably going to get moved here soon. I just don't know if that's going to be enough for what the Cubs need. So I like the Tigers more. I also like the Tigers' path. I think the Yankees, I would take over the Dodgers as for getting to the World Series. So Tigers made a good run last year without what they have right now. Screwball is looking even better than he did last year coming off a Cy Young performance. I think that team is going to be scary. Really, right now, they're looking for relievers. So, and I don't see a lot of teams that are hunting for middle relievers at this moment. So, I think they're going to have easy pickings here at the trade deadline, which means they'll just coast the second half. It's just going to come down to consistency. You see their players they're up and down. Some days they're bad, some days they aren't. But no, I like the Tigers just slightly ahead of the Cubs.
Well, and I mean, I don't know a bunch about the Tigers, but they are like 12 games up too, right? Something like that. So like they got a gap where the Cubs are in a dogfight.
Well, Brewers are hot right now too.
Yeah. So I do know that at least. And so, I mean, I'd have to agree with you, I suppose. It's like the Tigers are, unless something, again, baseball's they got half the season left. 162 games. There's plenty of time, but still, like, 11, 12 games is a lot to make up.
And it's scary watching those pitchers because they get hurt on the littlest thing. Like every inning I watch, I got Screwball in our league, and every inning I watch him, I'm like, just throw the ball.
Blister can take you out for a month.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We're making this a threesome on the Tigers here, boys. Tarek, Screwball, the Triple Crown Cy Young Award winner last year. My goodness. Riley Green, Gleyber Torres, Javi Baez.
Oh, shit. I forgot about him. Yeah.
All four of those guys were all-star starters, boys.
Yeah.
And like we said, I think there's just more competition in the National League. You got the Dodgers, the Brewers are hot, Phillies, Mets, Padres. AL, you got the Yankees, you got the Astros, and then are we really afraid of the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, Mariners? I'm not sure. I think the Tigers are getting in there, Brad, 11.5 game lead in the AL Central.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I thought it was around that. Yeah.
Cubs are only up by 1 game. I got to lean Tigers with you, boys.
Yeah.
Finishing up this week on High Fiber Sports, we got to talk about a dipshit, boys. One of the biggest dipshits in the MLB. Cleveland Guardians pitcher Luis Ortiz is under investigation by Major League Baseball for potential violations of the league's gambling policy. Now, we saw last year, Tucupita Marcano, he was out there betting thousands of bets. He got a lifetime ban. Last season, the Padre. This investigation stems from unusual betting activity on 2 specific pitches he threw in games in June. Now, I went back and I looked at these pitches, boys. These were in the fucking dirt. These pitches were in the dirt.
Yeah.
And the bets were on that particular pitch to be a ball or hit by pitch.
Yeah.
You can bet on a pitch?
Yeah.
You can bet on a pitch?
Yeah.
Is he out there on his phone, like in the middle of the game?
Oh, it had to have been planned.
First pitch. It was the first pitch of the particular inning. Yeah. First pitch. Hit on.
So in the dugout, saying. All right.
The 26-year-old Ortiz has been placed on paid leave while the investigation is ongoing. This is his first season with the Guardians. He's 4-9, 4.36 ERA in 16 starts. Boys, I think he's guilty. I think he set this up with a buddy, talking about it pregame. Hey, first pitch is going to be a ball. First pitch, I'm throwing in the fucking dirt. Put this amount of money on it, and we'll split it. Brad, what you thinking happened here?
Well, I mean, I don't want to, allegedly. Again, all I did was read about it. I didn't see it, but obviously you did, and it seems pretty obvious. And I don't think they'd have this investigation if it wasn't obvious. And from what I read is they have these algorithms that see very unusual betting on very specific prop bets. And so this is 2 that got flagged. So it's not like the pitch was seen and that's when they flagged it. It was because there was an alarming number of bets on this specific pitch. So per that, I mean, it seems way too coincidental. It's just like whoever that was that missed like free throws or did something in basketball, whatever, it seems way too obvious. And so, yeah, I would have to, I don't know, obviously, but seems pretty damning. And I mean, with Pete Rose just dying and everything, you got to pull the Pete Rose on him. If you did it once, you can't do this shit like say, yeah, they're banned until they're dead, unless they're a Hall of Famer, and he ain't. So he's banned forever. See ya.
Jack, you throwing the book at him? Is Luis Ortiz done in Major League Baseball?
I think it doesn't matter if they throw the book or not. I don't see a team bringing him back. I think this is what's outrageous about this is he bet against his own team and he bet against himself. I mean, you heard about guys betting in their own sport,
Yeah.
but they at least bet on other games or they bet, to win the games they're playing.
Good
so I
point.
think just that. There's no clubhouse that's going to bring him back, and baseball's deep.
True.
There's thousands of little league teams or minor league teams, not little league, minor league teams that have pitchers that can come up and take his spot. So I don't think it matters what MLB does. I do think it'll be a lifetime ban because, like you guys said, that's what they do when this happens. But yeah, I think it's just more outrageous he did it against his own team. And
Good point. I didn't think of that angle. Yeah. That's dumber than normal. Because you basically, sure, it's just one pitch, but it could decide a game, depending on the situation, whatever.
Well,
and so, you literally threw away a play on your own team. So you threw your team under the bus. Yeah,
I thought
that's
you
shit.
tell us it was in the playoffs.
Oh, God. No. That would have been something. I mean, he would have had to go into witness protection if he did that for like a team in the playoffs because some of these fans are freaking nuts.
Now, would you have the same feeling? Would you throw the book at him if he bet that he would go out there and get 3 Ks in one inning, and he goes out there, he strikes out the side, and he wins that bet? Is that
the feeling? I mean, I still say because just don't we can't have a judgment per incident type of situation. It would be too hard to justify and adjudicate, like what we got to look at each one and he did it for a good cause because he gave the winnings to charity. No, fuck that. You can't bet on your sport. That's simple as that. You do it, you're done. Like there's been too many people kicked out. Like you're stupid if you do it now. So you deserve whatever punishment you get. Everyone gets caught. The Iowa State football team had a whole bunch of guys kicked off the team. Like, I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. Like, it was stupid. You can't do it. You were told you can't do it. You did it. You gotta face the consequences. They know the consequences of baseball. It's very famous. You're done. So I don't feel bad for any of them. Whether you bet on success or failure, you're done. Don't do it. You don't need to do it. You make millions of dollars a year. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
some of us have to work 2 fucking jobs. Go fuck yourself, assholes.
It definitely feels different if you're betting on your success. It definitely feels different, but I got to go with Brad here. If you're betting, you just can't. You just can't on the game. So you got too much say, and I can't get behind it. Luis Ortiz, he's one of the MLB's biggest dipshits, along with Jose Alvarado. Let's not forget the Phillies closer or reliever that popped positive for a performance enhancer because of
the fat shot.
His weight loss.
Yeah.
He's always been self-conscious, they say, so he popped positive. Well, boys, that's going to do it this week for High Fiber Sports. A little bit of a lull here in the sports world, but I don't know if I've ever said this, but I'm excited for baseball to come back tomorrow so I can get back on FanDuel and see who's playing and see the big dumper possibly hit another one along with Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. My goodness, that home run race is going to be special. But like we said, the NFL, it's heating up. Training camp's starting. Trades are being made. Contracts are getting extended. I'm super excited for fantasy football. Jack, we appreciate you coming out here today, making your debut. Anything you got for the people before you get out of here?
Hey, this has been fun. I hope to get back on with you guys here soon. I agree with you, Matt. Excited. End of the baseball season's coming up. Football season's about to get started. We got college football coming around the corner. I always forget about that, and then that just starts out of nowhere. A big Packers fan, so pumped about this season for the Packers as well. I think we got a lot of promising promising things that we need to show because we didn't finish the way I wanted to at the end of last year. So I'm excited to see what Jordan Love can do this year.
Brad, big dog in the middle. Appreciate all your hard work on this. What you got for us?
Oh man, I share the sentiment of all. It's about that time. Yes, baseball, I'm more interested than I've ever been. Second half of the season, it's going to be amazing to watch. The home run race. Hopefully, it seems like maybe a few more teams can get into it, get exciting at the end of the year. So it's not just the rich fucks that always win. But then we got the NFL coming up and college football. And I told you, I think the Niners did well in the offseason, so I'm excited about that. My favorite NFL team has my favorite college team signed to a massive contract for $50
A
million
lot
a
of
year.
money. A lot of money.
Oh, yeah. My nipples are hard as they've ever been. Like, come on. I love everything about it. As a fan, that's the ultimate fandom. And a lot of the Big 12 teams, now that the big dogs are out of there, I think Iowa State got a fighting chance every year because we might not have the NIL budget, but we probably got the best coach as far as how many guys from Iowa State are in the NFL performing right now when they never did before. And none of these guys are 5 stars. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. It's about that time. Football season's ramping up. It's been great to meet you, Jack. Love to have you on again. Otherwise, until next time, y'all, thanks for joining us. Please like and subscribe, share, show your grandma. We'd love to, yeah. Big with the grandmas. Well, I used to be popular with the old ladies when I was a nurse, but I think that's for different reasons.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dementia. Yeah.